Hello Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Cancer, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it, and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Cancer, let's get started. We're going to get the overall energy for this connection first, and then we'll pull some tarot. So we do have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. So this could definitely represent somebody wanting to have a heart-to-heart with you, or maybe you wanting to have a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody. This could also represent unexpected communication. I also look at this card as like an apology. So you could very well be receiving an apology from someone very soon, but we'll see what it's more so leaning towards nonetheless. But let's focus on you first, Cancer, and then we'll jump over to your person, their energy. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. Okay, we got the Hierophant so far. So how does Cancer currently view this relationship? Okay, Cancer. So we do have the Hierophant to the Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so this to me feels like phases that you're going through. So let's talk about it. With the Hierophant coming out here, for some of you, you could be married or in a committed relationship with someone currently at the moment. But it kind of looks like you go from feeling a very strong and intense connection to this person in particular, to not feeling a very strong and intense connection with this person anymore. You know, this to me feels like an energy of like, I don't know, like you detaching yourself, I would say, from this person as well as your relationship with them. It just kind of looks like once upon a time. This connection, it was very strong. It was very intense. You know, once upon a time, you could have found yourself like very clingy, you know, off of this person, wanting to spend every waking moment, you know, around this person. But that has drastically changed. This to me feels like a complete 180 that we're seeing here. You know, now, you know, you can go without spending time with this person. Back then, you couldn't. Now you can go hours without, you know, talking to this person. Now, I'm sorry, back then you couldn't. Like, there's just a complete 180 happening within you, is basically what I'm getting. But with the Ten of Swords coming out here, you know, this 180 that's going on within you, it could have a lot to do with things that you've experienced with this person, causing you to like detach yourself, you know, emotionally from this person and mentally from this person. All right, let's look at them. How does this person currently view this relationship with Cancer? Okay. We have the Four of Cups, we got the Two of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ace of Wands out here. Okay. I do want to look at this Four of Cups energy out here. There's something that's making this person extremely unhappy. So let's see what that is. Tell me more about the Four of Cups. Let's see. Kind of looks like this person's not really getting what it is that they want out of you in this connection that they share with you. The King of Wands holds the Ace of Wands in his hand, which we do have the Ace of Wands out here for this person's energy. So there's clearly something that this person wants out of you in this connection that they share with you that they're currently not essentially getting. You know, it's interesting because it kind of looks like you actually detached yourself, you know, from this relationship due to everything that you were experiencing within your relationship with this person, which makes total sense, right? But how do I explain this? It kind of looks like when this relationship started, for example, this person was the one that was, you know, somewhat detached, you know, from you and their relationship with you. And you were very, very attached to them in your relationship with them. But it kind of looks like over time you started to detach and they started to become more attached to you. So as you were detaching, they were becoming more attached to you, is basically what I'm getting. Basically what I'm getting. But as of lately, you know, this person feels like you've been very, like, you know, withdrawn, very to yourself. You know, with the Four of Cups coming out here, this could definitely represent rejection. So this person has definitely been feeling very rejected by you. Like, you don't really want to spend time with them. You don't really want to be intimate with them. They just kind of feel like, you know, you've just been pushing them away as of lately, is basically what I'm getting. It just kind of looks like this person desires to be close to you again and connected to you again. And it kind of looks like it hasn't really been that way for a while. Okay, how does Cancer currently feel? All right. So we do have the Justice card. We got the Knight of Wands. Okay. And then we also have the Nine of Cups. I'm getting finally. There's this overwhelming feeling of you essentially feeling like you finally found yourself all over again. I am getting that. So this is kind of making me feel like for a while, you know, you kind of felt like this relationship was definitely, you know, changing you and who you are as a person. So it could have brought in certain things out of you that you didn't necessarily like. I am definitely getting that. Because I just kind of feel like this relationship in some way, shape, or form, it really did change you. So much to the point where you weren't necessarily yourself anymore. And that's something that you started to essentially notice. But it kind of looks like you've been spending time trying to find yourself all over again and reconnect with yourself all over again. It kind of looks like you finally made it happen. You finally made it happen. Now we do see you in a much better place, I would say, mentally, spiritually, as well as, you know, emotionally, now that you were able to find yourself all over again. I just kind of feel like you really did lose yourself within your relationship with this person, but that looks like it's now becoming a thing of the past. And I feel like you're pretty happy about it. Like I said, I don't necessarily feel like you like this version of you who was like lost within them and this relationship that you share with them. I don't feel like you liked it at all. So the fact that you were able to find yourself all over again, you're pretty happy about it. You're pretty happy about it. How does this person feel? Okay, we have the Hangman, we got the Chariot, and then we also have the Two of Cups. You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I feel like this person desires to be close to you again. I feel like this person, you know, desires to feel, you know, connected to you again. I am definitely getting that this person has been trying to like think of ways to like, you know, reconnect with you and be close to you, but it kind of looks like you don't want to do all of that. You know what I mean? Like this person may have suggested to you recently, or they might do this. Like, hey, like we should go do this. We should go do that. We should, you know, go watch a movie. We should go out to eat. Like, I just feel like this poor person, man, it's like they're trying to look for ways to like connect with you and feel close to you all over again. And it's like every time they suggest that the two of you like go out somewhere or go do something together, you know what I mean, to reconnect with one another, rekindle things with one another, you're just like, oh no, I can't because I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You know what I mean? It's like you're always like blowing them off. You know what I mean? I am definitely getting that. It's like you'd rather spend your time doing other things than spending time with them, you know? Okay. Well, they're trying. We'll give them that. They're definitely trying. All right, what actions will Cancer take towards this person? Are moving forward. We have the Page of Swords. We got the Ace of Swords, and then we also have the Three of Wands. You know, now that you finally found yourself all over again, and you're back to, you know, feeling good, yeah, and you're back to like, you know, feeling good all over again, because I feel like for whatever reason, you know, as far as you losing yourself within this relationship with this person, like, I don't know, maybe you were under like a great deal of stress. That's a possibility. Maybe you were going through it. Maybe you didn't really feel like yourself. I am definitely getting that for the vast majority of you. But now that you feel good and you feel like yourself all over again, and you feel like you found yourself all over again, it kind of looks like you want to take this time to just get back to like focusing on what you need to focus on, which is the very thing that this relationship took you away from. So I don't know, maybe when you got with this person, or I'm sorry, before you got with this person, you know, you had every intentions of going back to school, but then when you got with this one over here, well, you put that on the back burner, right? As far as your education is concerned, to just solely focus on them and your relationship with them. Well, now that, you know what I mean, you've were able, I'm sorry, to find yourself all over again, and you're not as attached or crazy about this person like you used to be. Now you feel like you can get back to focusing on, your education, or focusing on starting that business you've always wanted to start. It just kind of looks like right now you just kind of want to focus on you and your future. And I'm getting that. It's interesting because it kind of looks like you just simply want to focus on you and yourself and your future and your goals and your independence and the life you've always wanted to manifest and create for yourself. And it kind of looks like all they want to focus on is you and their relationship with you and feeling connected to you all over again. It's interesting. I feel like you guys are trading places. I feel like once upon a time, they were all about themselves and their goals and things they want to do and yada, yada, yada. And you were all about them and this relationship and feeling connected to them and, things like that. But it kind of looks like you guys are like, I don't know, like trading places. It's like the best way I could describe it is I'm seeing here. So we do have the 5 of Pentacles. Now the number 5 basically speaks of change. Like I said, they're noticing a significant change within your energy. And to be honest with you, they don't necessarily like it. They don't like it because it causes them to feel like you're losing love for them. You're losing, interest in them. And they don't like it. They honestly don't like it. It's weird. It's like the more you focus on yourself, the more they focus on you. The less you care about them in this relationship, the more they care about you in this relationship. Is basically what I'm noticing. But I feel like it was always the other way around between the two of you. You know what I mean? Like they were all about themselves and focusing on them, and you were all about them in this relationship. And it's like the more they would focus on them, the more you would focus on them. You see what I mean? But it kind of looks like the tables are essentially turning, and they don't necessarily like it, to be honest. But I feel like very, very soon, Cancer, this person's going to have a conversation, with you about how much you've essentially changed and how much they don't necessarily like it, and how, they feel like there's just like a massive disconnect between the two of you, and how they're trying, to, reconnect with you and feel close to you all over again. But, you're always too busy doing this and doing that, that you don't necessarily make time for them, because this person feels very neglected, moral of the story, by you, because you've been spending so much time, focusing on you and your future and your education and, things like that. So yeah, very, very soon, this person will definitely have a heart-to-heart conversation with you. Okay, so that is what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.